What is up, guys? It's Heartless Gamer here. I'm coming with you to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone video. Today we're going to get right into this video. Today we're going to be talking about my top tips for kind of like, these are more advanced tips, but some are a little bit basic as well. So it's going to kind of top off the last video that I did. I will definitely put that link below into a group video as well. Playlist, that's the word I was looking for. We're going to get started here. So my first tip for you all is going to be find the right team for you. So everybody's going to have, you're going to probably start playing this game and you're going to come across some people and then you might end up liking them. They might win you a game. You might lose a game. Who knows? Or you might just like them for the hell of it because you had a good conversation. But you got to find the right team for you. And this kind of goes in with your play style. You have to find the right team for you that fits your play style. Are you an aggressive player? Are you more passive but still want to get kills? Are you passive early on and more aggressive towards the end of the game? Or are you more aggressive at the beginning of the game, trying to really get your kills up for maybe like a UMG battle or something like that, and you play a little bit more passive towards the end, a little bit more safe? So you got to find your play style. Me, preferably, I like to go aggressive all the way around. Does it work all the time? No, it doesn't. There are times where I do decide to go a little bit less aggressive, go a little bit more passive, especially towards the end of the match. When you're trying to strategically say, hey, let's go to this building because we're on the rooftop, and the circle is going to close here. I have friends who played around the dome, and the dome actually closed. The circle closed on top of the dome, so you need to get a helicopter to get up there, right? So those are the things you got to take into account when you're playing with your team. Communication also falls under that. I kind of talked about that in the last video. Having communication is very critical. Playing with people with mics, extremely critical. I don't play with people without mics, and if I do, then randoms, I usually don't pick them up because they're useless to me unless they're dropping a shit ton of kills. I won't pick them up. I know I probably should, but I don't. Again, find the system that works for you. This goes into where you're jumping at, your loadout, what guns, stuff like that. So you got to find what works for you. That's going to give you the real best play style for you to win and get kills or doing whatever you want to accomplish in the game. Using the pinging system. I didn't talk about this in the last video, but this is a very critical thing, especially when you don't have people have mics or you want to see where an enemy is. If you ping an enemy from a far distance, it actually marks them for you for 30 seconds or something like that, so you can kind of see the path that they're going in, the direction that they travel. It also gives you how many meters are away from them, so that's actually very critical when you're trying to skip somebody or whatever, or trying to shoot them. So that's one of the critical things as well. Pinging items for your teammates or something like that, so they can also ping, so they know where it is. Pinging where you're going at the start. The downside of that is if you're playing a UMG battle where it's a 3-on-3 or even 2-on-2 or 1v1 where you guys are both on the team with a no fill, they can see that, so maybe just think a little bit more strategically with that from that aspect, not to do that. Controller setup. So controller setup is very critical when it comes to playing this game. You need to figure out what controller settings work for you. For me, I like having the ability, because one, I do have a scuff, so I have buttons underneath my controller as well that help me, but I like having the prone / vault over stuff as my right thumbstick, so I just press in versus having B, so I don't have to make that reach for B as much. I know some people like to switch their triggers and their aiming around, so instead of left trigger, right trigger, they'll do left bumper, right bumper, or vice versa. They like to do that. Some people customize them however they want. I think mine's called bumper, thumper, or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head what playstyle I play on, but it works for me very well, and you really got to find what works for you, because I was playing my cousin's controller, and I just couldn't focus straight playing on what he had. So you got to find that right controller for you, your controller setup and buttons, and that kind of goes into finding the right system that works for you. Another thing that I'd give is don't run directly away from the enemy, in a straight line. What do I mean by this? That means if somebody's on the roof, get in fucking cover right away. Don't stand there and run in the open field like a moron, like you're an elk jumping away or something like that, and the cheetah's going to come right up behind you and kick you in the ass. Don't do that, all right? It's not going to work. They're going to obviously see you, and you have to either run in a zigzag of some sort. It kind of throws their aim. I like to call it hop and jump, or what the hell is the word I used? I used a different phrase. But you just kind of want to jump in the air. Maybe it kind of throws them off where they're aiming and stuff like that. Bob and weave, that's what I call it. I call it bob and weave. I like bob and weave, up and down, left and right, just so they can't snipe me or shoot me, or when they do snipe me, they miss or whatever and whatnot. So just be careful with that, but that's definitely what I do. Finding the right loadout, finding the right weapon for you. What weapons suck? Pistols absolutely suck in this game. I never use them, and then when I do, I usually lose in the gulag. It's just not my thing, and if I get lucky, it's usually a headshot with the deagle. The MG42, I think that's what it is. It's MG38, 42, something like that. The MG, it's the light machine gun. It's not a very good gun. I think it's really shitty. It's okay, I guess, if you're, like, maybe early on. But other than that, the recoil sucks. It's not a very good gun. I don't really recommend using that. That's just my take on it. Some people might like the LMGs. I don't know. I like the Kilo with 100 rounds on it. So I really get that LMG feel for an assault rifle. That's just me. I use the Kilo with a thermal and a suppressor. And a couple different grips. Works for me. That's what I like best. It might not work for you. But that's kind of my top 10 takes. Not even top 10. Really top 5 or 6 takes on the advanced tips for Warzone. I want to know what you guys think. If you have any good feedback you'd like to give, whether it's my channel, all of these tips, what tips you have for other people, and whatnot. I'd definitely love to hear that. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. See you guys next time on my channel. Definitely go ahead and check out my social media links below. Follow me on Twitch. That's where I live stream. I also try to live stream on Facebook Live as well. So we're trying to get those numbers up to 1,000 as well. We're really behind, though, compared to YouTube. I think we're at 50 on Facebook and 131 or 32 on Twitch. So definitely check those out. That's where I live stream. I try to live stream as much as possible, at least 3 times a week, usually in the afternoon, sometimes at nighttime. So just keep a lookout for that as well. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope to see you guys next time on my channel. I'm going to be out of here. Bye.